no, it opened. Wait, is it E.T.? That's... Let's play Missing Time. Hello and welcome to Who Knew Plays Short in Your Games. Today I'm going to play yet another game by Tooth and Claw, one of the developers I really like, and therefore I've played a lot of games by them. Our Lady of Sorrow, Incident at Grove Lake, and Bad Flesh, which was super fun, and Nightmare at Famine Springs, which was hilarious and amazing. So this is one of their newer games. They've been quite productive, actually, because I took a short break, and during that break they released 2 games. This is the first of them. Missing Time. A Missing Girl, a collection of cassette tapes, claims of alien abduction. Yeah, some of the Tooth and Claw in-universe games really love the whole alien angle, but in a good way, in a... You know what? In a might surprise you way, which I really appreciate. A found footage style game with audio recordings and dreamlike gameplay sections, which I usually do not like, but in the hands of Tooth and Claw, I'm quite sure I will enjoy them. This game may potentially trigger seizures for people with photosensitive epilepsy. Player and viewer discretion is advised, so if you don't like flickering lights, then maybe sit this one out. Recommended to be played in one sitting and with headphones done and hopefully done. I think this is a short game, so we'll be fine. There you go. The following audio recordings were recorded sometime between October 10th and November 3rd, 1996. Some of the cassette tapes are badly damaged and some are completely missing. These tapes were part of a now closed case regarding the disappearance of Sarah Mitchell. Poor Sarah. This interview was with Sarah's father, Scott Mitchell. Oh. This interview was conducted by Redacted. Commencing audio recording.
Ready to go? Okay. So, I had trouble sleeping for a couple of weeks. Not gonna happen. Insomnia or whatever.
Insomnia or whatever, it says.
Doctor said I may be sleepwalking too. Don't know how that works. I guess it started happening about 8 months ago. I remember I just woke up.
Ooh, there we are. It's me, Sarah's father, and I'm gliding. Look, no, not really, but it feels a bit like that. It's very... Oof! It's dark. Very dark. Alright. I can barely see anything, so I need to light that up when I edit it. Oop.
It was about 2 a.m. My daughter was asleep in her room.
Which is her room.
Just got that feeling, you know?
Huh?
Feeling that someone was watching me.
Cool. I never had any big sleep issues. I mean, I'm not a good sleeper, but like sleepwalking, talking in my sleep, I barely do this. I don't really snore unless I'm like sick. I don't have night terrors, which thankfully, like, also walking in my sleep kind of freaks me out as well. It would freak me out a lot. Wait, where's the phone? Everything's so dark. I don't know where the phone is. This is actually not my house. Is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. I thought it makes sense in the lit up room. Guess they hung up. Oh, shit. Also, it's getting wobblier, right?
Searched the house. Found nothing. It was time to go back to sleep.
It would freak me out if I would wake up in the middle of the night and I have a feeling that something is off. Ooh, no. Also, I spend the weekend on my own because my husband is away on a work trip. Wait, no, that's just still the night sky. Freaking myself out is one of my Was that SQ before? I don't know. Was that as light before? There's another SQ image, painting, whatnot. Okay, so I'm going back to bed. Go to sleep. And I'm a single dad. That's fine. That happens. Didn't.
My daughter, she's 4 years old. Her mother's out of the picture. She went missing.
Ooh.
They found her dead. How is this relevant to...
What?
Sorry, there was another night. Something woke me up again.
Did he just ask? Wait, did you just find out that the wife of his, or the mother of his daughter is dead, and he's like, what does that have to do with anything? I would be shocked. I mean, even if you separate on bad terms, but if she disappeared, you couldn't really have like a goodbye, right? Weird. Still SQ, so I guess that's just him.
There was something about that night.
Again.
There was electricity in the air.
Oh, yeah. They have that so often with aliens, and I think it's the idea of that their technology is kind of on a wavelength that affects our technology. Hi. No? Oh! Oh no, it opened. Wait, is it E.T.? That's... And also, we're living in a timeline where a lot of people do not know this movie. I mean, my generation, that was like... I think even my parents' generation, you know, that was a big deal. But I think a lot of younger generations probably don't even know this movie. Oh, it's not E.T. Oh yeah, click. I click on E all the time. I don't want to go back. Something bad will happen when I go back. Alright. Yeah, he's a weird dude, but, yeah. In dubio pro reo. I so far do not know if he's a good person or not. Oh, hey. I wouldn't I?
I know what I saw. It was there, then it was gone.
Okay, so you checked, and it was gone.
I know you won't believe me, but I couldn't sleep after that.
I believe you that.
Just knowing what visited us.
Well, but how did he know? He just saw the audio recordings for this next period of time are either missing or damaged beyond repair. The transcripts detail that Scott was under a great deal of stress during this time. His claims of what he saw and experienced over the coming weeks would match similar cases of alleged alien abductions. He just saw a figure. That could be anything. However, the investigation carried out by Redacted considers these similarities absurd. It is not clear at this point in the investigation how and why Sarah Mitchell went missing. The remaining tapes contain the days leading up to Sarah's disappearance. Why would he immediately go to aliens? That would be, honestly, one of the last things for me.
I guess I nodded off on the couch.
Okay.
Had I been dreaming?
I don't know.
American UFO circuit. Tape shot from the space shuttle Discovery. A white dot 200 miles above us. Some say it's proof of a UFO battle in orbit around Earth.
I believe that's 0428.
Of course, our government says it's all balderdash, but it's enough to send the spirits of believers skyrocketing. We examined the videotape in our offices with hotshot UFO researcher Don Ecker. Ecker is a police detective in the Pacific Northwest who's now on the staff of UFO Magazine.
Okay, here it is. You see it? Now watch it. Now as it gets up here, we'll make a right angle turn, shoot off into space, and something flashes past them. There. And whoosh.
They're shooting stars.
Shooting stars, Mike. That's no shooting star. That whatever that thing is took an evasive maneuver.
There have been videotapes before, of course, but this simple footage is said to be much more convincing. Now, watch closely. There, beneath the shuttle, is planet Earth. Thunderstorms light up the night sky. But then something very curious happens. Watch this white dot. At first, it appears to be just a piece of space junk lost in orbit. Then, it makes a right turn, accelerates, and appears to fly away.
Run it back a little more.
Yeah, that's not normal physics, right?
Okay, that's good. All right, now this thing is traveling this way. It suddenly makes a right angle turn and shoots into space. Right here. Now watch it.
Now we're blowing this up to see
Right,
it better.
watch it. There it goes, and here comes the shot.
They say this shot is the most remarkable thing of all on the tape. It could appear that the object turned sharply to avoid this white streak, which flies by exactly where the object had been a moment before.
Something appears to be shooting at it. Because it anticipates something where it flashes into space. There we go. And a split second later, something flashes past it.
NASA's official version is that the object is a piece of ice from wastewater the shuttle dumped on a previous orbit. They have no comment on what appears to be a shot streaking past it, or on how it could turn and fly off in another direction.
Why is that not a piece of ice?
Well, did you ever see a piece of ice do this?
Do what?
Watch it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It makes a right angle turn, it increases speed dramatically and shoots into space. There it goes.
The tape itself was shot by one of the astronauts aboard the Discovery and beamed down to Earth live.
There's no way that the shuttle can make a right angle turn, shoot off into space. This apparently is displaying a propulsion system that is not manufactured in Detroit.
Look again. This could be a UFO smoking gun.
Something's
or
going
just
on.
pieces of
I think
ice
this
and space garbage in orbit.
weird
The
noise.
speculation is here that there are anomalous objects that are observed entering orbit, and something or someone is firing something at them.
Is not from this TV thing, right? Yeah, because it's still there. It's like I can't make the sound. I will not embarrass myself and try to make it. But yeah, it's like the poop meteor that accelerated its speed,
UFO circuit. Tape shot from the space shuttle
which
Discovery.
apparently is impossible
200
for.
miles above us. Some say it's proof.
What is this? Hello? Oh, it's the radio. That's oh, hey! Hey! Ooh, can I close the... No, I cannot close the door. That looked creepy. That was too tall for, like, just an intruder.
Who's now on the
Well,
staff
a
of
human
UFO
intruder.
magazine.
Okay, here it is. You
Most human intruders don't wanna... There's tall people. Oh no! Sarah! I don't know which room you're in, because... Again... Wait! That was her room, where we saw the figure.
All I remember is blinking. That was my best.
But she was gone.
Went to check on my daughter, and she was still asleep.
Oh,
But time had changed.
what do you mean?
It was now 4 a.m.
Okay, well,
and 2 hours later.
I mean... I would think that's like I had a nightmare. In further transcripts, Scott describes additional incidents of missing time. In an attempt to capture these events occurring in his home, Scott purchases a disposable camera. In place of further missing recordings are photographs and documents provided by Scott and redacted. Yeah, because before, if it's just his story, the visitor. Oh yeah, there, yeah. But that could still be a person. That is not necessarily an alien. Like the shape and everything, you know, it could be just, you know, how he looks like. I recently watched old episodes of Venture Bros, which I think is one of the most hilarious cartoons for adults ever. And they have like this former kid genius who has like a huge head, and it looks like the shape of that character. The object Sarah was screaming at. Oh! You know, I don't know. I would go to a therapist. I would probably first, before I would think it's aliens, I would think it's me. It's a psychological issue. Missing time and everything, maybe hallucinating. Note on photo, owl at my window again. I don't see... is there an owl? Maybe. Note on photo, my weird scars. Oh, is that it? Ew. Sarah's got... Oh! You sure that's Sarah's scars? Because that's a very hairy 4-year-old. Hey! I'm not... You know... It can happen, I guess. Some babies are very hairy. But this looks like a guy. Or... No. This does not look like a guy. This looks like a hairy person. Yeah, don't want to discriminate because there's also, you know, other people that can be hairy. But 4-year-olds, seldom. Could sleep again.
Stop my mind racing.
Man, I would always go immediately to my daughter and check on her. I don't know why he's just not doing that. Okay, can I... Oh, that's the flashing lights, right? Yeah? Can't turn it off. It's very annoying. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Pick up cassette. Oh. But do I have a cassette player? Yeah, I would check on my kid, right? What kind of dad or a parent in general would not check on their kid in this scenario? If I thought, oh, maybe this is a dream or a hallucination, I would... Oh, okay. Oh, there she is.
They were getting in my head. Talking to me. They were. Them. Don't want to say it.
I still would kind of think... I mean, the photos were not that much. The scars and everything, I would be concerned that I would hurt... That I was the one hurting her and myself. Oh, okay.
They were in my head.
Oh, shit. Don't let them.
Burrowing into my head. Ticks, itches,
Ew.
worms.
Yeah, because he sounds a little bit, you know, off kilter.
Falling into my brain. They were directing me, telling me what
No, I'm not sure. It's them.
that was only a public now. Wanted her. Just like her mother. They would take her.
Did he kill the mother and the kid? Because when he was like, the mother also went missing. Oh no! Or actually, I can't, oh yeah, I can't move. I did this. Oop, that's bright. No, initially I was like, well, because when they said the mother is dead, and he was like, what does that have to do with anything? It's like, maybe he knows more. The remaining tapes are either missing or damaged. Shortly after the conclusion of the recordings, Redacted submitted a psychiatric assessment of Mr. Mitchell. He was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia and admitted to Redacted. Yeah, I mean, it's the... No connection was made between the 1994 disappearance and death of Mr. Mitchell's wife. Sarah Mitchell remains missing as of the time of this investigation. November 19th, 1999. No substantial evidence has been found that would suggest foul play or otherwise. If you have any information as to the whereabouts of Sarah Mitchell, please contact blah 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 blah. Hope that's not someone's actual mobile phone, but I don't think many people will. Yeah, I like that it's kind of open-ended because yeah, you see the, but it's his memory again, right? It's not a camera. Was it a camera recording? No. Like the pictures that were his, and the rest was what he told people. So it could be either alien abduction or him being, you know, the murderer of his wife and his kid, which would be, what would be worse? I don't even know, because aliens taking the mother and the child for what? You know? Yeah, I really like this. It was unsettling in a good way. It had this environment of Skinamarink, which it's good atmosphere, but man, it's too long for me. I appreciate the whole thing, the whole movie, the experiment of it, you know, the experience of it. But I think the short movie that the actual later movie was based on had the idea right that this is a short story concept. Like a lot, here's the thing, there's so many horror movies that are based on short movies and then like expanded to 90 minutes and more. And most of them could have stayed a short movie. It's like this meeting could have been an email. This, you know, this cinematic 90-minute movie could have stayed a short movie. But yeah, it had this feeling of like being in a weird space because you're never outside of the flat. It's always dark. You have always these neon lights and everything, so it already feels a little bit surreal with the retelling. And as far as I understood it, it's how he experienced it, with the exception of the pictures. And so that makes it more interesting. And maybe even in that context, the picture of Sarah's scars, because that was the note he wrote down that showed like this very hairy arm or leg with the scars, could have been him thinking he took the picture of Sarah, but he took it of himself and his own scars, you know, like because his mind was muddled. So I usually, no, actually I like this open ending. I really liked it. Thanks, Dan, again, you know. And I like that his games usually it's this interesting thing that the style stays in a certain setting of found footage very often and like flickers off memories and experiences, and they always tell a certain story, but the story that's being told is always quite different from like point of view and the setting, the characters and everything, which makes it really interesting. It's like, an anthology of stories that are all like, it's kind of like a Twilight Zone series about aliens, but also other stuff, where everything is pretty much found footage. But I don't know, every single game that I played of his felt still very distinct in itself with his handwriting, which is really nice, because some developers can get into the trap that at some point they start to repeat themselves and it's like just the same version of the game they were most popular with, and so it feels like diminishing returns. But with Dan, so far, I think every single story had its place and was really interesting. Yeah. What would you prefer? Getting killed by your husband or getting abducted by aliens? I guess you could say I would prefer getting abducted by aliens, because there it's kind of open-ended, Could be a nice thing. It's like would you rather meet a bear or a strange guy in the forest? And everyone's like, well, a bear, could just go away. The guy would probably, I don't know, it would at least be an awkward social situation. So yeah, I think, I don't know. It's this weird thing, because usually I'm like, when it comes to big monsters, for example, everyone who knows me knows that I wouldn't mind getting killed by a giant monster if I could see it. Like by a dragon or like the Cloverfield monster or whatever, because it would be what an end, you know, but also what an experience to see something like this, an indescribable huge monster, you know, to witness that would be, I mean, after that, what, you know, there's nothing really that can come after that, though it would be fine. But being abducted by aliens, I feel like, I think that would get me too much out of my comfort zone, because I don't even like traveling into countries where I don't speak the language, because it makes me uncomfortable if I don't know, if I can't, you know, if I can't read street signs and like ingredient packages in the supermarkets and everything. Like it stresses me out. And obviously, if aliens would abduct me, you know, everything would be different. Everything. I mean, I think if aliens exist, I don't even think that they look humanoid, like depicted in X-Files or whatever. I think they're probably just completely different, you know? So, no, I think it would be too much for me, to be quite honest. Yeah, how about you? Also, if you're new to this channel, you know, I play a lot of indie horror games. Yeah, and it's that's pretty much it. It's not, you know, it's not rocket science, really not. So yeah, if you liked what you saw, you know, feel free to subscribe. And I promise you, look, if I take pictures of aliens and set up everything, I will try to make them look a little bit more cohesive and, you know, give proper documentation, but also make sure that they're not that ambiguous. I mean, look, that person in front of the window could have been just a kid or a strange neighbor, or what. It could have been himself, you know. It's the same thing with like the Yeti pictures. It's like, yeah, you know, it's too blurry. You need a proper setup. I know it was the mid-90s, but I think even then you could have, you know what, he could have afforded a porch light. Instead of buying incredibly expensive camera equipment, you know, could have just taken a picture with the porch light on, because as we all know, with photography and recording in general, good lighting is pretty much everything, you know, and beats a lot of very expensive technology. So, subscribe. Anyways, I hope you had a good time. I hope you have a wonderful day. And maybe see you next time. Bye. This is my self-recorded outro song, so I don't get hit with copyright claims. If you subscribe to a lot of fun tutorials, reviews, and let's plays.